What is up, everybody? This is Chris Bragg, host of Bragg Out Loud, and this is Road Chronicle number 2. As you are aware, if you listened to the last Road Chronicle I posted, the first Road Chronicle I posted, aptly named Road Chronicle number 1, you will know that I have been traveling back and forth to Alabama for work. And that is where I'm headed now. Leaving Georgia, headed back to Alabama for the work week. It's getting busier and busier where I work at the place I am now employed. So not sure how often these weekends are going to come about. So I'm trying to take advantage of these opportunities when I can to get home, see the wife, see the kids. And wasn't sure I was going to make it home this weekend, just due to everything going on with Hurricane Florence hitting the Carolinas. Wasn't sure how that was going to affect Georgia. Thankfully for Georgians, it didn't affect us at all. The roads have been pretty open. Traffic has been decent going to Savannah and back so far this afternoon. And really haven't gotten any rain. A little breezy yesterday, a little bit of rain, but nothing that we couldn't handle, as opposed to what's been going on in North Carolina and South Carolina. Want to send out our thoughts, prayers, positive juju, and everything we can to support those guys in South Carolina, North Carolina, and everyone affected by Hurricane Florence and its aftermath. And my public service announcement for today would be to do what you can. I know everybody can't do anything financially. It's a bit tough to do that. But there are things you can do if you get the opportunity to donate blood to the American Red Cross. That is a very important thing to do. Please do that. Everybody's got blood to give, and donating blood could save one or multiple individuals' lives. So that is a very important thing. I always encourage everyone to do that. One thing that was posted, I saw posted on social media recently. I'd seen it before. For example, last year when Hurricane Irma came through and other disasters that have happened. You know, a lot of people will prepare ahead of time. A lot of people will buy excesses of water, excesses of canned goods, dry goods, things such as that. Most people aren't going to use them up. They may sit for a while, which is fine, but if you have no intentions of using them, keep in mind you aren't allowed to, well, you can return them to the stores, but most times they do get thrown away, from what I understand, aren't able to be reused. So my suggestion would be to donate them. Find some place taking up donations, whether it be for local needs or for disaster relief needs. Just something to consider when you're going through some of the extra goods you may have acquired in preparation of Hurricane Florence. Or if you choose to keep them, that's probably a good idea, because chances are it won't be the last threat to the East Coast this year, this hurricane season. So keep in mind, something to think about, something to possibly do with some of the extra things you may have acquired recently if you don't intend to use them or need them right now or for the foreseeable future. But that's my local PSA announcement. Again, all the best wishes go out to the victims and those affected by Hurricane Florence. It didn't hit as a strong storm. You know, it was a Category 1 by the time it made landfall, but all the rain and the wind really, and storm surges still had a big impact. So, you know, let's keep those guys in mind and, you know, wish them well in North Carolina, South Carolina, and everyone affected. I'm not sure off the top of my head if Virginia really got hit hard or not, but obviously, you know, if they did, we're going to keep them in our thoughts and prayers as well. As for me, it was a pretty good weekend, quick weekend. Drove in Friday night. Like I said, it was sort of a last minute decision to come home once I realized it wasn't going to affect the roads going in and out of Georgia. Like I told people, as long as I-16 was clear, I'd be fine. And it was. The weather cooperated this weekend for us, which was a good thing. So we had a nice weekend at home. Didn't really get a lot accomplished as far as house preparations and cleanup, things like that. But you know what? It was a nice time. Spent at home, spent with the family. Just hung out with the wife and kids, watched a couple of movies. Really enjoyed our time. So that's always appreciated. It's always good. As the weekends, or the next few weekends at least, I know we're going to be very busy. I know where I work. We're getting ready to ramp up production at our facility. So next weekend will be a good. I may be able to come home next weekend. I'm not sure. If I do, I'll try to do a Chronicle for that ride. But I think the following weekend, I will not be able to come home, and that's going to be the last weekend of September. But we'll see. We'll never know how things are going to go. Just play it by ear. Thankfully, I am flexible with the schedule. Wife and kids understand that, so we'll just see how it goes. October, all weekends in October are going to be very busy, whether it be in Alabama at S&P Automotive or at home in Savannah, Georgia. If you know us, you know my family, you are well aware that we like to volunteer at the Alee Temple Haunted Plantation in Savannah, Georgia. I'm repping the shirt here. This was last year's shirt. Check them out on Facebook and see what they're all about. Got a lot of cool things we're doing this year. It's always a good time. People who come through really have a blast. Come through the haunted house, get scared, have a lot of fun. There's always a lot of laughter, very entertaining. I think, if I don't say so myself, I think we always do a very good job with that. The crew there is second to none. I love those guys. We've been volunteering, I think this is our fourth year now, and they have really just been opening and very welcoming into the family. We have been welcomed into their family, to the Alee Temple and the Shriner family. So it's a really cool thing. Obviously goes to charity. Proceeds go to support the Shriners and their many charities, the Children's Hospital specifically. So it's for a great cause. It's a good time for a good cause. A great time for a great cause. How about that? But your support is always appreciated, and if you enjoy doing things like that, we love to have volunteers come out. We always have room for people to come out, volunteer, to be scare actors, and just to work security, work the lines, and just to really just be a part of it. So if that's something you're interested in doing, you can send a private message to myself, and I will get you in contact with Patrick Welsh and those in charge of that. You can also, if you know my wife Jennifer or Jenny, you can contact her as well. She'll definitely get you in the right direction as well. But it's a great time if you are willing and able to come on out and experience it from the other side of the curtain, so to speak. It's a lot of fun, but family will be out there every weekend in October. Fridays will be tough for me, but I plan on being there at least every Saturday. So definitely just come on out. You'll enjoy it. Check them out on Facebook. Alee Temple Haunted Plantation, Haunted Terror Plantation. I believe it may be the official title. But yeah, just really, it's an awesome thing. Can't talk about it enough. So check that out. Enjoy that. Those who watched last week's Road Chronicle #1, appreciate it. Thank you for the feedback. Had a couple of questions. People want to know, obviously, when you're driving, people love their music. What am I listening to? Well, for me personally, 3 things I like to do. I got to have 3 M's, as I call them. My Monster, which is the ultraviolet today of choice. My MP3 player. And my M&M's. My favorite candy. I love the peanut M&M's and the almond M&M's, which is what the bag I had there now. Those are my 3 M's. Those are what I travel with. It's kind of my lucky charm, so to speak. But as far as what I'm listening to on the road, I love listening to podcasts. To me, the gold standard of podcasts are Joe Rogan Experience, which it's absolutely a blast, and I love. He has so many different guests on, so many different genres of guests, not only just MMA or comedy, but actors, musicians, scientists. Neil deGrasse Tyson is a great guest on there. He had Elon Musk on there a couple weeks back. Just an absolutely great, entertaining show. And also Chris Jericho's Talk is Jericho. Now, obviously, a lot of people know me. I'm a wrestling fan. Chris Jericho is one of my favorite wrestlers. But beyond that, Chris Jericho, his podcast talks a lot about the music. Obviously, he's in a band named Fozzy, who is doing really well, touring. Supposed to come to Savannah in a couple weeks. I'm not sure if that's going to happen with the stage on base shutting down, which is very unfortunate, but regardless. But he has a lot of guests from the music world, wrestling world, obviously, and just all around. He's just a great interviewer. So 2 of my favorite podcasts. I try to catch those every week. A few others I sprinkle in every now and then, depending on who the guest is and what the subject is. Music-wise, lately I've been listening to the new Alice in Chains album, Rainier Fog. I love Alice in Chains, one of my favorite bands of all time. Depending on the day of the week it is, they are my favorite band of all time. Just absolutely love everything they've done. Rainier Fog is a great album. It's a great album. It's not going to be what Facelift was for those who've been fans since the early 90s. It's not going to be what Dirt was. They're a different band. They have evolved. Obviously, Lane Staley passing away. He's the primary vocalist. He and Jerry Cantrell. Willem Duvall, who is there now, who is playing guitar and singing along with Jerry Cantrell. Fantastic voice, fantastic addition to the band. They are so good. They're such a tight unit. But Rainier Fog, the brand new album, it's great. The one has been out for a while. That's the single that's been out. Never Fade is the newest single. It's on the charts right now, moving up on L.A. Lloyd's Rock 30. Check that out. That's a great song. Maybe one of the heavier songs on the album. The title track, Rainier Fog, is pretty heavy. I love it. Maybe my favorite song on the album right now is Maybe. It's called Maybe. Just a great song. It's definitely, check it out. It's one of my favorite songs, like I said, on the album. Probably my favorite song at the moment on the entire album. But if you're an Alice in Chains fan, obviously, check out Rainier Fog. And let's see, what else have I been listening to? Earlier, that's it. A lot of podcasts, like I said, listening to Alice in Chains. I listen to a lot of especially when I'm cruising. Stone Sour, I love Stone Sour. Anything by Corey Taylor is pretty hot, pretty good. Slipknot as well. Alice Cooper is another guy that I really love. If you listen to Bragg Out Loud, if you know me, you know I saw him last year for the first time. Maybe the only time, who knows. Great show. I still listen to his stuff quite a bit. That's really, like I said, I haven't listened to a lot of new music lately outside of the Alice in Chains album, which Alice in Chains are coming to Birmingham, Alabama in October. And if anybody wants to buy me tickets and wants to go, I will be happy to go. I want to go. I want to see Alice in Chains. I've never seen them. So if you're interested in seeing them and you want to buy an extra ticket, come out to Birmingham, Alabama. I want to say it's the 21st or the 25th. So Wednesday night, I believe. Tuesday or Wednesday night. That's bad of me. Should have been prepared to talk about that. But that's the great thing about this video is I'm just rambling. I'm just talking. A few points I wanted to make, but obviously this is ad-libbed, and for better or worse, this is what you're getting. But yeah, Alice in Chains. Come check them out in Birmingham. Give me a ticket, I'll go with you. And yeah, it's been a good weekend for sports. Obviously a sports fan. The Bulldogs won. They beat Middle Tennessee. They look really good. The Falcons won. For those who still are interested in the NFL, I know a lot of people are still taking issue with the NFL and not really following the National Football League at the moment, or in the pro teams. The Falcons won today. They are 1-1 currently. Steelers for the Pischke family, for the Bridges, which are my wife's family, the in-law family. Steelers lost today, so they are 0-1-1 as they tied Cleveland, which is should almost consider a loss in itself in Week 1. But regardless, I think they're too good of a team to have a bad season. They'll bounce back. Hopefully, Le'Veon Bell will get that situation straight. He'll show up to work for the Steelers, and they'll be able to move forward and find success later in the year. The Falcons struggled a little bit against the Panthers, but they got the job done, got the W, so they're 1-1 now. From what I saw of the game, I saw some things I liked. Colvin, who was filling in full-time for the injured Devontae Freeman, looked really good. But overall, though, it was a pretty good sports weekend. Braves lost yesterday. Last I checked, they were losing today. It's 2 in a row. Still look good to make the playoffs. Still look good to win the East. I'm very excited about the Atlanta Braves this year. Hopefully they can make a nice little run into the playoffs. And honestly, I think they're about a year ahead of schedule. I said at the beginning of the season that the Atlanta Braves would contend for a playoff spot. Anything more than that would be a bonus. And we're getting more than that. We're getting the start of what looks to be a solid team. A team that's going to be really good and a lot of fun to watch for a lot of years to come. So you can only hope. Go Braves, chop on, as the hashtag says. Really excited about the Atlanta Braves. And yeah, that's been rambling here for about 20 minutes now. I'm going to go ahead and shut this thing off so I can focus on driving. Get through to Alabama. I'm about to go through Atlanta here in a little bit, so that's always an adventure. But yeah, make sure you check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Bragg Out Loud. Like all the usual places, subscribe and follow social media outlets. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you. Please hit the subscribe button, and you will get notified when the latest videos come out, or you can choose not to get notified, but a subscription will definitely help me out on YouTube. So if you are on YouTube, if you have an account, just go hit that subscribe button for me, please, and I would really much appreciate it. If you're on Facebook, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, Twitter. As I said, you can follow me personally at the Bragg Man, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Mr. Bragg Man is the Snapchat. Usually have a little fun with that. And yeah, everyone, be safe, be good, stay sweet, keep rocking. Until next time, take care.